Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. How you doing out there? How you doing out there? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I tell you, it's still we're in Texas, still in Texas, on our way back to California, and about 3 days, I think. And so I know it's kind of warm up there as well, right, Michelle?
I don't know what the temperature is in Temecula, California right now. The last time we were there was pretty hot, but it might have cooled down. We'll see. We'll be surprised when we get off the plane in San Diego.
Also, I'm looking forward to heading back there. We're gonna be there a little longer than we were last time. I'm there maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, and Michelle, she's sparingly pops in, hang out there, So, but Michelle, I'm excited about the show today. I'm excited about this young man that I had an opportunity to meet and chat with, and all the great things that he is doing, especially when it comes to social media, when it comes to websites, when it comes to just knowledge in general, because that's the way of the world. And everybody's talking about this AI thing and how all of these things blend in together because that's what the digital world is at right now. So I think we got a genius that's going to educate our listeners and our viewers and whichever platform that you're watching this on, whether it's E360 television, transfer TV, radio, YouTube, LinkedIn, or over 35 of the live streaming platforms. Welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to whichever platform you're watching it on and ask this great doctor any question that you might have. So, how are you doing today, Michelle?
I'm doing great. Can't wait for the show to start. I'm really excited.
Yes, so I tell you, I'm ready to get started because I am ready to learn. So, Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely great guest to our listeners and our viewers?
Yes, audience. The title of today's show is called Breaking Barriers, How Wix Websites Drive Business Expansion. We're going to have a conversation with entrepreneur, professor, and webmaster, Dr. Josh Carpenter. We're going to discuss how Wix drives business expansion, empowering digital presence for growth, seamless e-commerce integration and expansion, and how Wix integrates the use of AI, artificial intelligence. So let's tell you a little bit about this guest today. Josh's passion, Dr. Josh Carpenter's passion for technology was ignited at the age of 12 when he received his first MS-DOS desktop, sparking a lifelong fascination with technology. This marked the beginning of his journey as an entrepreneur, driven by the vision to introduce groundbreaking innovations to the world. After his naval service, Josh ventured into customer service excellence at HSBC and Credit One. His professional journey continued through various roles in the timeshare and retail sectors, including ventures with Suncoast Motion Pictures, Starbucks, and many more. His academic pursuits culminated in a business administration degree, laying the groundwork for his entrepreneurial endeavors. In 2009, he founded S&M Consulting, specializing in social media marketing, drawing from hands-on experience, engagement with Toastmasters International, and dedicated networking. He emerged as a sought-after social media and coach. In 2011, he founded his second company called Impact Imaging Marketing. This marked a pivotal moment in his journey. He transitioned his focus to encompass website development. Josh's journey led him to align his expertise with the Professional Institute of Technology in 2019. In 2023, Josh achieved a significant milestone by earning his PhD in entrepreneurship from the International University in Entrepreneurology. Dr. Josh Carpenter's PhD continues to make lasting contributions as an adjunct professor in entrepreneurology, imparting knowledge and insights to individuals of all ages across the globe. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Josh Carpenter.
How you doing, Josh? How you doing? How you doing, sir?
Doing awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate the introduction, Michelle. That was fabulous.
Man, we just so happy to have you on here to help educate us along with our viewers and our listeners. And so it's an absolute pleasure having you on. Josh, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you, where you grew up, what's some of your hobbies, what makes Josh click?
Yes. So I was actually born and raised in Orange County, California. My grade school years, I grew up in Anaheim, California. And then during my high school years, junior high years, I went to Lake Arrowhead, California, and that's up by Big Bear in the San Bernardino Mountains. And my passions at that time were really discovering technology. I was a nerd for technology. When we started getting, I remember the first Lisa computer by Mac was being introduced into the classroom. And I was just fascinated with that after experiencing playing around with MS-DOS. And then they had cool little games like Oregon Trail that they would allow you to play. The graphics were horrible, but I was just fascinated with it. So for me, it was always discovering technology, finding things that I could really, I'm going to use the word hack. And when we say hack, it basically means that you really like digging into something, taking it apart, understanding it, and just really being knowledgeable of it to know how it works so you can do it yourself. So for me, hacking has been a lifelong experience, and we all do hacking in some way, shape, or form. You have life hacks, you have, health hacks, all of that kind of stuff. So for me, it was more about technology hacks. Interest. I watched a lot of movies growing up with my dad. That was kind of our pastime. Being in the mountains, I got to be outdoors a lot, hiking, skiing, snowboarding. We'd go fishing at the lake, all of that kind of stuff. I really had a good childhood. My parents were excellent role models to me, and I just I take all of that from my younger years and I move it towards the person that I am today.
Wow. So if you had to, I mean, all of these things is technology. If you had to pick one adjective to describe who is Josh, what adjective would that be and why?
I would say passionate. For me, when I heard Steve Jobs say that, your work is going to take up a large part of your life, and if you are not happy with what you're doing, you're not going to be happy in life. I was fortunate to have the parents that supported that vision and really supported me in my entrepreneurial adventures and starting out. And that was really the pivotal support that I needed moving forward. So passion for sure.
Wow. So I just found out, so I did not know that you was in the military. What service were you a part of?
Navy, you a fellowship mate? I thought I saw you in uniform.
Well, yeah, I'm a Navy guy as well.
Awesome.
So what did you do in the Navy?
I was a boatsman's mate, so I did the ship. I had limited light duty at one time and point, so I got to chalk and chain the helos, just the basic stuff. I didn't really go in with the skill set. During high school, I was average. After the military, that's when I started becoming extraordinary and taking those things more to heart, if you will.
Yeah, I spent 23 years in the Navy, man.
23? Wow, you were a lifer.
Yeah. I spent 23. Started out what we call a radio man. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, we weren't allowed in those rooms. Top secret.
What inspired you to join the Navy?
Well, two-part. The what would be my dad and I used to watch movies a lot, as I was saying, and he was really into action movies, and we would watch a lot of military movies. I watched Steven Seagal and, in Under Siege, all those Navy movies that were out there. I was just really inspired by that. I thought that, it gave me respect for myself, and the people around me, would respect me, and the things that I would learn would just be amazing. Fast forward to my high school years, the who would be my friend Brian. We went through high school for all 4 years and even still touched base after high school. And at that time, they had the buddy program. I'm not sure if you remember that. And so him and I decided that we wanted to go in on the buddy program. Well, it gets down to about a month of where we were planning, and he ended up going earlier. So he's calling me from MEPS, and he's going, I'm going to Boot. You gonna join? And I'm like, I'm on my way. So I quit my job at McDonald's. I next thing I know, 2 weeks later, I'm in MEPS, and I was only a month behind him. Long story short, we didn't get to be stationed together because we didn't join at the exact time, and he didn't understand that. He got San Diego on the USS Connie, and I got Yokosuka, Japan on the USS Mobile Bay. And we ended up actually seeing each other. He came to port in Yokosuka, and that was the first time I got to go on his boat, and he came on mine. It was a good time.
When were you in Yokosuka?
I was there from 1997 to 1999.
Yeah, I was on the Blue Ridge out of there, the USS Blue Ridge out of Yokosuka. Nice. So we got a couple of minutes before the break. So did you learn a whole lot from the military that you use in your everyday life that you live by today?
Absolutely. I'll keep this simple and short. Cleanliness, organization, self-discipline, the ability to know that I can push myself farther than I think, a mindset that there's no task too small or too big for me to handle, experience with different cultures and companies, honor, courage, and commitment. Hoorah!
Oh, yeah. All of those are absolutely great things. I tell you, we're going to take a station break, but when we come back, we're going to delve off into a lot of the things that Josh is doing, especially with wits and websites and AI and all of these other technical digital things that he's doing that's going to help shape and change the world. So if you want to be part of this conversation, whichever platform you're on, all you have to do, just ask. Go to the platform, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and I'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life with myself, Dr. James Cool. I got just like I told you, you listening to this young man here. He's fascinating, he's fantastic. Now he's getting ready to teach us a lot of things that he's doing and that we need to know if we want to stay abreast with current and evolving. I said evolving changes that are happening in the world. So Josh, yeah, I want to talk about the the Wix website. But before I do that, I want to show this short clip that you had sent me earlier. Here we go. Wow. Wow.
I make it look real easy like that too.
Wow, man, it's going to take me a lifetime to learn how to do all that.
It's taken me 10 years and I'm still learning every day.
So Josh, first and foremost, can you please explain to our audience what websites are?
Absolutely. So Wix services are basically a cloud-based web development platform that's tailored to your business expansion. It empowers entrepreneurs, freelancers, small businesses, and even enterprises to establish their online presence without requiring any technical expertise or coding proficiency. That was what really drove me to Wix. Is I didn't want to be a coder. I wanted to actually work with the tools that coders created. So through its intuitive interface, it has a diverse array of customizable templates, tools, features. Wix also facilitates the creation of sophisticated and professional websites, enabling businesses to reach and engage with their target audience more effectively. Wix has been built over time with the assistance of creators, designers, app makers, developers, and partners like myself. We've provided information to the Wix developers over time, and with our feedback, they listened to our needs and what we needed. So when it breaks down to it, Wix was actually built by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs.
So you mentioned Wix drive business expansion. Can you talk about that and go into a little detail so to give our viewers a better understanding?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I like to do with the audience is do a visualization exercise. I want you to visualize your business. What is your wish list for expanding and scaling your business? Let's go over some ideas. Maybe you might want to be more clear with your products and services, more organized, efficient, and productive. I tend to notice when I work with a lot of clients that their files aren't organized, their programs aren't organized. So one of the things that it allows is helping you get yourself organized for your business for better productivity. Maybe you want to create programs around your services or offerings. You'll have that ability. Maybe you want to start a membership subscription. Subscriptions are the big thing now. That's the trend going around. It's a great way to create passive income. Maybe you want to have your own forum with your own community, your own groups directly on your site. So you don't have to go to all these social media platforms. You use those platforms to bring your audience to your website where you're in more control of their data, information, allowing you to be able to reach out to them and be more efficient in your communication with them. Let's see, maybe you want to create an app that supports all of the features that you've put on your website. Maybe you want to start an affiliate program. What about online classes that you might be able to offer online or in person? Better email marketing tools. The sky is the limit. When I create with my clients, we draw out a blueprint of their goals and what they want, and then I help them to develop that. So I'm not just a designer, I'm an entrepreneurologist and a developer.
Well, you more than that.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
You more than that. Hey, Josh, so you mentioned about a different approach with web and professional. Is it scalable to certain businesses, whether small, large, or etc., for them implementing that into their system, and where they would be able to understand how to work it? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So Wix has tons of different kinds of businesses that operate on its platform. You have nonprofit organizations, you have clothing brands, e-commerce stuff, you have classroom type stuff where people are doing their programs. You have businesses like JC and myself and other entrepreneurs utilizing these tools every day. And just to give you the scalability and professionalism, I'm going to do some name dropping here on some big names that actually use Wix that maybe people don't know. Guns N' Roses, the iconic rock band, actually uses Wix. MGM Resorts International uses Wix. SEM Rush, which is a SEO platform that helps you get better search engine optimization. Red Bull has implemented the Red Bull Basement, where they're working with students, innovation and technology projects. Eat With is a platform where they showcase culinary events and allow users to book unique things during their experiences. And last but not least, the Missy Empire is on there. Fashion, retail started on Wix websites to showcase their products and brands. So just to kind of give you an idea, we have everybody from the small person to the freelancer, all the way to the big names that are running their empires.
Wow, so you talk about a mobile first approach. What is that? Explain that to us.
So complexities with websites, where when you design, you have to design two different formats. You're designing your desktop format and you're designing your mobile format. When you had first started working with WordPress over 10 years ago, it never provided the seamless integration to make all of that stuff kind of go into place. But through evolution of Wix technology and artificial intelligence, it's made mobility a lot more easy. And the way that it does that is through responsive design, a mobile editor that is very easy and friendly to use, the artificial design tools that actually help with placement, padding, and all the stuff that we don't need to know. Speed and performance is another thing. Touch-friendly interactions, Google mobile-friendly standards, mobile SEO. So mobile actually has its own SEO as well. And app integrations. So if you want to eventually take your website and create it into an app, you can then do that as well.
You just mentioned something. Let's talk about marketing, SEO tools, data insight, and analytics, third-party integration, all of those great things, because when you doing radio and television, that those things are important to get out to your viewers, or I want to help bring other viewers and other people in so they can watch your show, listen to your show, etc. Can you explain how that works?
Absolutely. So a lot of my clients that come to me, the first question that I'll usually ask them is, what are the different forms of communication that you utilize in order to reach your customers, reach your audience? And a lot of them will just give me either phone or email or a website. Some may send you to social media. The way to think about these tools is they're just tools that are better ways to communicate with your clients, customers, and prospects. So you can actually get noticed, visible, and start driving business as you need to. So let's just go into these one by one real quick. Marketing and SEO tools. Some things that it'll do is it'll boost your website visibility on search engines. So what we do is we take your website and we'll index it onto Google, Bing, Yandex, several different search engines so that you populate there. Each search engine has its own different algorithms. So we understand those algorithms and we match the SEO accordingly. Keywords, descriptions to all of your pages, so your metadata, all of that stuff. So that's just fancy wording for saying, hey, we want to take all the fancy words in your website and we want them to pop. So when people go to search for those words, all the web crawlers are going to see your website and they're going to do that. And the way that you do that is you increase your website's indexing. What I mean by that is you're always adding new pages to your website. When you create a blog, that's creating a new page for your website. You do a new podcast, that can create a new page for your website. So think about companies like Google and Facebook. Could you imagine what their indexing is like? Of course, people would have no trouble searching them because they pretty much have every single word in the human language indexed on their websites. So you have to think about it the same. What are all of the words that you're going to need indexed and that you want on there so people can understand your products and services better and find you? Making it easier for potential customers to find you. So that's exactly what I was just saying. And we also have social media integrations as well. So anything that you post on a blog, you can then, in probably 4 or 5 simple steps, you can create a newsletter around that blog. You can create social media posts around that blog, and you can do all of those with the same tool without having to leave your Wix dashboard. So everything is, Wix is basically like your hub to operate everywhere outside and have it put that stuff out there for you. So you're not going to this website, that website, that website. It's putting it all out there for you. So seamless integration. Now let's talk about data and analytics. When I ask customers what a lot of their goals are, the first question I'm going to ask them after their goals is, well, what are you tracking? How are you understanding what you're getting so far? How do you know how far you've moved? And a lot of them aren't tracking this stuff. So the data really tells you a lot. If I want to go into a person's existing website and I want to know what's going on with their business, just give me the data. I'll tell you everything that's going on with them, from their financials to their web traffic to their customer base and their list. I mean, you name it, data tells us everything. So we really have to track everything we do, from our blogs to how many people view it, to what we're sending out to customers, to what emails are still good and not still good, to what pages people might go to on our website. So we understand that user interface. We're understanding that, hey, I'm noticing that people are going to this part of my website. I want to put some key features there that are going to highlight so they'll be able to see that, and then it can take them to other places. So think about your website. You're the tour guide. You're actually taking people around. You're showing them. You're in control of it when they hop on your website. You can even chat live with them as soon as they hop on your website and say, hey, thank you so much for coming to JC's website. I appreciate you. Watch my videos, enjoy the website. If you have any questions, I'm going to be right here for you. You ask. And you're not even behind the scenes. You're out doing something else, and there's an artificial intelligence that's prompting these things. And then when they really submit their information, like their phone number and all of that, well, now they've opted into you, and then you get a message or a notification that says, hey, JC, you got a live one on your website. Get on there, talk to this guy right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, hey, Josh, hold it, because we got to take a station break. But I want to pick it up and still talk about integration and data insight and analytics, third party. So we're going to take a station break. As you see, this is fascinating. I am learning a lot already. And Josh, just like I said, Josh the genius is teaching us. So we're going to take a station break. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to whichever platform you're watching this on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life. We'll see you shortly after the break. Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, and my absolutely fantastic guest here, Dr. Joshua Carpenter, is educating us. I mean, a lot of things that I'm learning about, which as it relates to SEO, marketing, data insight, analytics, third-party data integration, and a lot more things, websites, and how all of these things blend in with the program that he used a lot is Wix. So I want to pick it up there, Josh. You was explaining data integration. So actually you were explaining marketing and SEO tools. let's pick it up where you left off at, because there was a couple other ones that I had mentioned, and I know you was getting off into. You was on the road. You was on the road. I didn't want to cut you off.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So we talked last about marketing and SEO tools and how you're getting found. We talked about the importance of data insights and analytics, and why you need data in order to drive business growth and expansion. And we also talked about, we're talking now about third-party integrations. So what is a third-party integration? Say that you're using your Google account and you want to log in on JC's website as a member, and you want to use your Google account to do it. That's considered a third-party integration. So a third-party integration is anything where you're getting one company to integrate its software with Wix integrating its software and combining those together so they can be used simultaneously and seamlessly. So Wix has partnered with thousands and thousands of companies, adding new integrations every day. We have developers adding new integrations. Another thing that are part of integrations is also embedding your video. So as an example, we're on StreamYard right now, and StreamYard has a podcast support system that allows you to show you how to integrate your videos and stuff on your website. So anything that you're using, it allows you to be able to put it on your website. That's as simple as I can make it.
Wow. You also talk about empowering digital presence for growth and all the things that goes into that. You want to touch base a little bit on that as well?
Absolutely. So you can actually do streaming. Wix has its own streaming platform that's integrated into their website. So a lot of people are always looking at business, and they're looking at their overhead costs. Where am I putting my money? If I'm putting it with this platform and that platform and that platform, well, now I got all of these platforms that I'm paying, and they're all separate and nothing's together. So the ultimate goal, and what was the big demand, and that even got me started as an entrepreneur, was providing that solution. When I started as an entrepreneur, the question that all of my clients and other fellow businesses were asking was, what is that one tool that I can use that will take care of everything for my business and seamless integration? And 10 years ago, I didn't have an answer for them. I was searching left and right. I used social media. I used other website platforms. All of it was not leading me to what I want, which was a hub, one place where I controlled everything. So fast forward, and I meet Wix, and I start learning its tools. And lo and behold, I tell you, I finally found that tool. And Wix is that tool, that is that one tool you can use that will do everything for you and lower your overhead cost on other platforms that you're utilizing. So that's one of the things that I would actually look at with my clients, and be able to still say, hey, you can have your digital presence and you can be empowered. We're just going to shift it to your website so we have more control of it. And that's how we do it.
Yeah, so with Wix, I mean, you mentioned the integrations, just like we are using StreamYard for the show. So I think what you're saying is Wix is a different type of platform than StreamYard, but does a whole lot more. I didn't really catch that portion.
So basically what I was saying is Wix has ways to integrate with StreamYard, so you're able to put those two together. Our goal is we want to take everything that we're doing out there, and we want to be able to integrate it into our website, because that's where we're going to get our data and our analytics. We're going to get our customer information. We're going to know what's going on the website, have better control. When you think about, let's say when you go onto Facebook and you're on there, think about how many different data points Facebook is using and pulling from you just from operating on their platform. I'll give you a little secret. It's over 3,500 different points, all the way from your facial expression to your habits to what you do. It creates a whole profile. So think about if you had that same power on your own website and you had all of that data and that analytics, what could you do with that to empower yourself and expand your business? It's endless.
And so, well, YouTube and all the different platforms with Wit, how would you tie all of those? Case in point, we go out and we stream on 8 different platforms at the same time. I mean, and that's what StreamYard would allow us to do, but we could do more. I don't know if Wix will allow you to do more platforms than that. So
yes, absolutely. One of the things that we would do on that is we would really look at we'd have you create a playlist. It would probably be your live playlist on YouTube. I would take that URL playlist. I would then take it to embed it into your website, and it would put a nice player in it with all the controls and everything. And so instead of people actually watching it on YouTube, they're watching it on your website. But you want to know the cool part? All of the data and analytics that YouTube is integrated in with that is making sure that you're getting your viewership and getting the numbers on YouTube when they watch it. So that's the point of an embed, is you're still utilizing the platform to get all of those views, except they don't have to be bombarded with all of the commercials and distractions, because we're in an attention economy. So the more you can bring people's focus to you and what you're doing without getting distracted with instant messages and new videos popping up in commercials, the better it is. So that's our goal, is really taking everything that you're doing, putting it on your website, and keeping that the focus for during this attention economy that we're looking at.
So a person or platforms, so they're going to need an engineer to illustrate and direct, someone like you, that knows how to do these things. How would you go about working with them? And everybody's in different places around the world, or different places all over the country, or wherever they're at.
Well, I can actually say that now that I have my doctoral in entrepreneurship, I have literally mastered business operations and what every different business needs, from your freelancer to your entrepreneur to your entrepreneur that's growing into a small business and expanding. That is where my niche comes in. A lot of people will hire a web designer and they'll say, I need you to build me a website, and they'll send them the content. It doesn't go any further than that. Most web designers are not going to say, hey, let me help you build your programs, integrate this. You know what? I'm going to even go a step further, and I'm going to teach you how to utilize these tools so you can actually do that. And we'll do that on regular lessons, so you have that support. That's kind of what separates me from my contemporaries, if you will. Being an entrepreneurologist, I look at your business, I help you build the blueprint based upon your goals and what you want. And then together we start implementing them one at a time. I've been able to build e-commerce, scalable platforms for different brands, if you will. And that I was able to do that all within 6 months. All the way from creating the affiliate program, to the loyalty rewards, to the logistics, to the shopping, to the social media. I mean, you name it, every aspect of business, sales, payment gateways, all of the above. I take all of that stuff and I say, this is everything that you need. This is the cost to do it. And these are the goals that we're going to accomplish. And they say, sign me up, let's get started. And I do it anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks on a small project, and 6 months to a year on bigger projects.
Wow, sounds fascinating. So is Wix? So it's like another website. Is that a different website or it's the same website that a person might have, and you just tailor it to meet their needs? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, one of the amazing things about Wix is we just launched something called Wix Studios. It hasn't been launched to the official public yet. It's been launched out to us partners. And what we're doing is we're in the process of beta testing it. So what the studio does is it is made for designers, agencies like myself. So I'm a Wix design agency. I manage over 20 to 25 websites actively at one time and point, if not more. So when I'm pulling up my Wix, I have command. It's like my command center. I have all of my clients' websites in there. I have all of the communications. If something's going on, I can notify them if they are not getting that. I'm basically that middleman that is looking at everything that's happening on your website. I'm watching it breathe, and I'm communicating that to you and saying, hey, this is what's needed. This is what's needed. And together we work hand in hand. And that's how we're able to build things one step at a time and integrate everything.
Wow, we're going to take another station break, but when we get back, I want to talk a little bit about how AI is integrated with this, and also talk a little bit about your professorship. I mean, I know you're doing a lot of great things, so I tell you, I probably need about 3-4 shows with Josh in order to really break it down to all of you listeners and viewers out there, and we might make that happen. But we're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to pick it up from there. It's your life. I'll see you shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and the professor here, Dr. Josh Carpenter, is really educating us. I mean, educating us on a lot of things that the Wix and how that integrate into a lot of website, digital platforms, and etc. So, all this information is, I'll tell you, it's so important that we learn all of this because that's the future. I mean, that's where we're going. It's a digital world, and that's just how it is. And so all the different tools he's talking about, I think we have to be abreast in some type of way or another. Or you just go ahead on and hire Josh and his team, and they would do all the hard work for you, and they still will educate you as they are doing the work for you. So it's so important. Josh, I want to talk a little bit on how AI integrates into the Wix and other platforms that you work with. And we only got about 7 minutes of the show, so it's a lot of stuff we want to get to.
Absolutely. So what I was going to say is I understand business and I understand podcasts. So I'm going through our list here and I'm just going to combine all of them together so we can get to that second part, which is the professorship, and go from there. Here we go, everybody. So AI, basically my tool belt is completely full now. I have every single tool I need and AI completed that for me. AI works in designs and image recognition. The other day, I pulled up an app that had a rock identifier because I'm working for an alternative practitioner who uses stones and gems, and I'm taking pictures and it's identifying them. AI is just getting the next evolution, and you need an educator to kind of let you know how that integrates. And Wix has hopped on that platform. They've included great things like Wix Ascend for their marketing tools that are seamless for every part of your website. And that's basically what I can say about Wix Ascend is it's an email marketing tool that covers every aspect and segment of your website to make it very, very simple. I tell you, once you go Wix, you'll never go back.
You know, man, I'm at look at that, man, because it sounds the way you make it sound, it's just so wonderful. I mean, it does so many different things. So we're gonna have to look into that one. Let's talk about your professorship, man. You're adjunct professor at entrepreneurology at the International University of Entrepreneurology. Tell viewers and listeners about that. And as you see, we got a very good friend of ours, Dr. Pauline Crawford. How you doing out there, Pauline? Just watching the show, and so can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I would definitely like to give a shout out to Dr. Pauline Crawford and Dr. Jim Omps. They've been amazing founders. They've been the driving vision of this. They shared that vision with me. And I tell you, I've been an entrepreneurologist my whole life. I just really didn't know it until I understood what it is. And that's just somebody that understands entrepreneurship and is passionate about every single aspect of it, from the nuts to the bolts, if you will. So with the International University of Entrepreneurology, I started doing my PhD with them. I started building my career portfolio, working on my dissertation, and I really discovered a lot about that, about myself and about how much that I've actually accomplished. And through that, Dr. Pauline and Dr. Jim, they looked at that information and they said, wow, you should be teaching this stuff. We would like you to be an adjunct professor for us. And we would also like you to create programs for us. So right now we have a program that's out there. It's the basic entrepreneurology certification course. It's in the beta testing phase. And this is an online program that allows anybody to interact from anywhere and get the basic mindset and education of what this is. I believe that we actually even have JC that hopped on as a beta tester. So he'll be able to give you some sneak peeks and insights once he completes it. But I've actually built that from scratch. And that's just an example of how I build programs and expand business by really just doing whatever is needed and showing my clients how to do that. And so now I'm just preaching entrepreneurology, and I'm helping to educate all entrepreneurs, even my own clients, so they can start scaling and expanding and really enjoying what it is that they do, because we don't want to lose the fun in entrepreneurship. I tell you, you can be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years into it. If you're not having fun, there's something wrong, right, JC?
You're right. And I am looking forward to being one of the testers. I mean, so that's heavy on my plate this week to start that. And I think that it's going to get started. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we're down to the last couple minutes of the show. If someone wanted to get in touch with you to get more information about Wix or enlist your services on a lot of things you do, how would they go about doing that?
The first thing you can do is go to my website at impactimagemarketing.com. And another thing you can do is go to the contact, reach out to me, and I'll be able to get back to you right away. With the advance of AI bots and phones, I'm working out the kinks on how to filter out my clients from the telemarketers, if you will. So I really prefer all communications to be either through my website or on LinkedIn. You can follow me there at Dr. Josh Carpenter, PhD, and connect with me, message me, and we'll get started.
Well, Josh, man, I got to invite you back, man, because it's a lot of stuff that we did not get to on this one, but it's so much information that's evolving every day. So hope you take the time to come back on the show real soon, because you're fantastic. Dr. Crawford, thanks for introducing me to this great man. I got to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. But most importantly, I have to thank my viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show. It's your life every day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I tell you, I want everybody to always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. We'll see you then.